and I will submit to my husband, but I lead a double life in my head and in my heart. Give me credit, I'm just playing a part. 'Cause he's gonna want me when I'm famous, he's gonna want me when I'm gold, he's gonna want me when I make it, but I will be sold out. Children will call me a blessing from the day they can talk, and I'll always have my wedding ring, but most times I won't have it on. And I take every chance to run my errands alone, and stay out as long as I can, until I am called to come home and clean up, put the kids down, plan to make love, though he's nowhere around. Yeah, he's gonna want me when I'm famous, he's gonna want me when I'm gold, yeah, he's gonna want me when I make it, but I will be so loud. So I turn on the stove and I let the cat out. The carrots are boiling over as I bow to my secret crowd cheering for me and the way I perform. I want to thank.
Hello. You're on.
Hi.
Hey.
Am I on right now?
Yes, we try to keep this as raw as possible. Hello. This is Amy Kuney, and she is on my shell couch. I'm interviewing her today. I have some fabulous questions to ask her. So first off, Amy, maybe we should introduce you maybe a little bit, right? So, like, if it's the first day of school, you have to say like 3 things about you. What would you say?
Or what would I say about? Oh wow. Amy, my name is Amy Kuney. I'm a musician, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I've been wearing all black all this year, so it's kind of a new thing. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but for right now it seems like a good choice.
Are you?
Is that good?
No, that's a good one. I usually wear black too, and people are like, hold on, you're an artist and you wear black all the time.
It's easy.
Yeah, but your music's colorful. Kinda. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. First off, what is your current full-time job?
I am currently a professional lyricist.
Professional lyricist is not something you usually hear. So for the people that don't know what that means, what does that mean specifically?
That means specifically I go in each day, a different day. I go in with usually an artist or a top line person. Top line, it means that you get a track and they sing the melody over the track, and a producer, and they tell me sort of what vibe they want to go for with the song, and then I help write the lyrics, specifically that.
Awesome, thanks. When is your new album coming out?
I have an EP coming out, I hope April 28th, the beginning of May.
Okay, perfect, awesome. I cannot wait to hear it, and I feel so lucky because I have heard all her songs, so I cannot wait for you guys to hear it because they're all great. If you had to pick one thing out of singing, performing, and writing, because she does all the above, what would you pick?
Writing.
So writing, and that's what you get to do full time, which is awesome. What made you decide writing was your passion? What was that one moment, something that happened that you were like, wow, this is what I want to do?
Well, there are actually two things. Like, I was homeschooled growing up, and my parents sent me to a special writing class when I was like, I think I was in 2nd grade, I think. And I just like excelled. I loved it, and I was like, I would stay late with the teacher and work. I just knew I loved writing. And then last year, I wrote a song that got picked up by a German artist. Her name is Charlie Ann, and I can't pronounce her last name, but she's on the Voice of Germany, and she picked a song that I helped write and won. And when I watched her family's reaction and her mom's reaction, her reaction, everything, it all clicked, and I was like, I love this feeling of being able to help another artist achieve like their success and like make a career.
That's awesome. What advice would you give to a person that wants to be a musician full time? Because it's different than when you started. You started this how many years ago?
10 years ago.
It's 10 years, and a lot of things happened in 10 years. I mean, was the iPhone even out 10 years? No, it wasn't.
I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
I had like a flip phone at one point.
Yeah, I think we forget a lot happens in 10 years. So nowadays, what would you advise somebody that wants to be a full-time musician?
I mean, some of the younger musicians and producers I've hung out with, I mean, they just, a lot of it is DIY. It depends on what kind of an artist you want to be. If you want to be an indie artist and produce your own stuff, like kind of like Grimes, or like, you know, Santiago, like if you want something very specific, like I think it's really important to know production inside and out. If you want to do that, take that route. But then there's the other route where if you really want to be famous, you want to be a star, you know, and go on The Voice, and you're cool with other people writing your songs for you and producing them for you, or, you know, American Idol. That's like two separate things. So, I mean, there are a million ways to, now especially, I mean, there's Periscope, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, I mean, there's so many ways to get your stuff out there. But I think, you know, YouTube, SoundCloud, like just putting up your original work, and if it's good, people will gravitate toward it.
Yeah. So. That's an awesome, yeah. How about criticism? How do you handle criticism? Now, a lot of people, you know, they're great musicians, and I just met one actually yesterday on the beach, on Venice Beach, and there are people that are great, but sometimes they can't handle criticism, which is normal. We're all human beings, and we're all made differently. So what would you advise for people that are scared to put their work out there because of criticism?
I honestly, like, things hurt my feeling, like comments do hurt my feelings and stuff, so I ignore it. I don't even look. Or I don't let people comment. I mean, I let people comment on like YouTube videos, but if there's something negative on there, I mean, I wouldn't know. I just don't. I prefer not to know.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
It's good to just ignore those people.
And a lot of people are like that. Actually, I heard that Johnny Depp doesn't watch his movies. I don't know if that's the reason, but he doesn't watch his movies. Isn't that? Yeah, that's strange, huh? But okay, maybe he's just too busy at some time. Why do you advise? So, okay, this is another thing. We've had a talk before this interview, and you were telling me how you advise young musicians to produce their own music, or at least have a hand in the production. So what have you seen being in the music industry for about 10 years? Why do you advise young musicians to go to this route?
Personally, I just think it's real. I mean, there are some singer-songwriters or singers that are cool, like I said, with having someone else write their songs, produce their songs. But I feel like there's just nothing really unique about that. Like they weren't there when it was produced. They don't really know. Like, you know, when they comp the vocal, comping means like a singer will sing the song 7 times, and then they go through each phrase and take the best phrase out of each one. It's called comping, and it's crazy. And so by the time you hear it, it sounds perfect, but it doesn't really sound like how the artist, it doesn't sound like the way that they delivered it in the first place. You know what I mean? So I wish artists would be a little bit more hands-on in the production and the way that they're portrayed, instead of just sort of showing up and then taking off. Like, there are artists that can do that, like Mariah Carey, who's boss. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong.
So last question I have, advice for young people that are starting off in branding. How should they start branding themselves?
I think it's really important to get a good, first of all, like image. Like I'll use Grimes as an example. Like she has a picture of herself like kind of doing this, and she has, you know, pink hair, and every time I see that, I've seen it on stickers and stuff like that, I immediately recognize her. And she's done a really good job of like every YouTube, Twitter, what are there? So many.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram.
I mean, I guess now with Pandora, but I guess that's later on in a little bit.
Yeah. And being yourself on every format.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like not being, like I would be different on Facebook because I knew my parents were on there. And then I'll write, you know, whatever on Instagram. And so I'm different people sometimes on different social media networks.
Yeah, or you limit yourself on some, maybe better.
Some of them I'm like, but I think it's really important. Like Grimes, for instance, is herself on all of them, and you can tell exactly like what's coming from her because it's her. So I think branding yourself very strongly, being yourself, and being consistent on all of them.
Yes, that's exactly. Not only that, but I feel like you can get people's vibes through the internet. I mean, you can, especially even on Periscope or YouTube, you can tell when somebody's being real or when somebody's trying to act like something else. So that's great advice. Thank you, Amy. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Now she's gonna play one of her songs. We haven't decided yet which one, but yep, she's gonna play one of her songs, and then I'm gonna put all her information on the description in the bottom so you can follow her.
Don't wanna go home, don't wanna go home, don't wanna go home, no, never. From this lonely road, you swore we'd sever. Yeah, my head out the window, watch the world go by, slack slide, show as I adjust the rear view mirror. Pull my head back and lean over, rest my weary head on your shoulder. The wind is playing with my hair. So darling, lock the doors, put your heel to the floor. Drive me places I have never been before. Leave it all behind. There is more to this life. Don't you worry about the time, just take the wheel. This is how the wind must feel. Now the night has turned a darker shade to turn. I feel your shoulder blade move. And then you strain your neck to check both ways. You snap to think of it changing ways again. Oh, again. And drive through the fuck. There we go. I'm just sleeping 1, 2.
This is an old song she wrote, by the way.
Streetlights on the right hand, so immobile where they stand, and I'm so glad I'm here with you. Oh, so darling, lock the doors, put your heel to the floor. Drive me places I have never been before. All behind. There is more to this life. Don't you worry about the time, just take the wheel. must feel. This is how the wind must feel. Yeah, well, this is how the wind must feel. This is how the wind must feel. Oh, this is how the wind must feel. Oh.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I hope that you guys enjoyed Amy Kuney as much as I did. I was having some technical difficulties with my other camera, which films a little bit better, and I wasn't able to record her other performances today, but no worries, she's going to come back and I'll have some more of Amy Kuney exclusively on this channel. Her new album comes out at the end of this month, yeah, at the end of this month, beginning of next month, depending. I'll let you all know on my Twitter and Instagram when her album does drop, and I'm really excited because those songs are amazing. I've heard them on repeat already like a million times. I know all the words to them. So the album's coming out soon, and I'm really excited that you guys were able to see her, and I'll have her perform live for all of you soon, because she couldn't perform any of her new music because, you know, it's not out yet, but don't worry, she will. Don't forget to subscribe somewhere around here, and don't forget to stay tuned because I am having a lot of fun things coming out this week. If you haven't followed on Periscope or haven't downloaded the app, I really think you should. It's really fun, and I get to interact with all of you viewers, which is awesome. So you guys have a wonderful day. Mwah. Thank you for following, and I'll see you guys in the next video.